Speaking of being really impressed, Dominic Szoboszlai, what a man.
Sick. He's the heartbeat, man. He genuinely is. And I've said it already before this season. I didn't know much about him. Didn't know what he was going to do. Didn't know what he was going to offer. I always say right now, the availability is the best form of trait or character trait that a player can have for us in that midfield engine room. But for me, he runs that midfield. Yeah. He absolutely bosses it every single time that he's played for us so far this season. Touch wood, we keep that lad fit, and we're able to get him on the pitch more games than we're not. And Liverpool have got someone that you can build that midfield around. He can be that ever-present. He can literally be that guy that drives that team forward in terms of everything can be front-footed. The intention can be, let's play the ball forward, let's get on the front foot. And he kind of sets that tone for me. I think, obviously, I know that we're very, very early into the midfield rebuild. Forget about the 2.0 aspect of it, but the midfield rebuild is in its very early iterations of what Klopp is trying to do, and there are still going to be levels that these lads will grow into. Obviously, introducing new players as well. It will still take time, and it is very much a work in progress. I said I would reserve all judgments until I had seen us play 10 games with the right midfield, really, before I could say for definite, are we even going to be title contenders or challengers? And you might get those 10 games, you might not have the points on the board, but you think, okay, I can work with that. There's going to be something for the next couple of seasons. But already he's proven to me that he is going to be the linchpin and the heartbeat to what Jurgen Klopp wants from that midfield engine room going forward. And that's a very good sign, because I look at it and think, you've got every tool in your locker, really, and it's only a matter of time before everything just becomes second nature to you. Once you know how everybody plays, once you know how the system works inside out like the back of your hand, once you're comfortable, and he's probably still not even put all of his pictures up in the house or anything yet, you know what I mean? But he is still proving to be one of the most important players for Liverpool so far this season, and that's crazy, because we've still got ever-presence from seasons gone by that you think are still the most important players, yet he's managed to find himself this position, and he's owned it. He doesn't look like he's scared of the shirt, and not even like the number on the back of the shirt, the actual shirt. Nothing seems to faze him. There was a moment where it's on the left-hand side, because he popped up all over the pitch, but there was a moment where it's a nothing moment, mate, honestly, but it's just a player runs to close him down. It's just a little 1-2, he gets the ball back, and then it's just a little with his hand, does it say, calm.
Yeah.
I like, for me, it's that level of swagger that I like to see it, because he's so assured in what he does. He doesn't look flustered or fazed by anything when it happens, and like the pitch is his second home in that respect. And we haven't had that type of player under Klopp in midfield, if I'm right in saying anything. Maybe Thiago, but Thiago's probably the other side of the you're at the top of your hill. Yeah. Thiago's just slowly coming down his hill, where Dom's not even at the top of his yet. No. And he has all those qualities. He's frightening. It's frightening how good he could be for us. But I think you can't understate his importance in the here and now as well.
No, number?
What have we gone for so far? We've got, did you say 7.5?
We've topped out at 8.
We've topped out at 8. Yeah. It's another 7.5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give him the full 8 today. I think it wasn't his best Liverpool performance by any stretch, but it was solid enough. I can't fault it in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to go 7.5.
Okay. I've said it all season with Szoboszlai. I think I've been really shocked by what we're getting from him. I knew he had bags and bags of quality. I knew that. And I thought
Did you expect the engine?
No, because I thought we'd see more flashy standout moments, like the worldy goals. Obviously scores one against Bournemouth the other week. That's one of those moments. But I thought we'd see more of that, or more of attempts at that at least. He might not score every week, but we just see him trying more stuff.
He's playing a little within himself still, isn't he?
Yeah, possibly. We are scratching the surface with what he's capable of, and that's what's so exciting, because he still finds his feet really as a Liverpool player, and yet still we're talking about him in glowing terms week in, week out. And as you say, it's the engine he's got. Did not see that coming. Did not think he had that in him. It's his work rate, his desire, his defensive acumen. He's got the absolute lot. And those last few things I mentioned, I didn't know about. I knew in sort of...
You'd have to watch him week in, week out to see them qualities.
Even the people I spoke to, like I spoke to ex-teammates of his, commentators in the Bundesliga, we've watched him week in, week out, and they spoke about his qualities and sort of what he could do in the final third and all that type of stuff.
Ball.
Yeah. And not even they made a reference to this. And I don't know where it's come from. is kind of what I'm alluding to it. I wonder whether he's got to Liverpool and he's working under Jurgen Klopp and he's got the number 8 shirt at Liverpool and he's gone, well, fucking hell, this is it. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what I've got to be.
Well, yeah, literally, and he's taken his own game to a whole new level.
Yeah. Maybe that might have been the best decision we could have did. Give him that shirt.
Yeah, but say, quite possibly, yeah, because honest to God, I don't know where this has come from. Now, avid watchers of Szoboszlai, Hungary, whoever, might say, well, he's been doing that forever and fine. But I don't recall one person, I must have spoken to 5 or 6 people who know him, one of his ex-managers. They spoke about his work ethic in terms of his training and his desire to get better and improve day in, day out, and the fact he would stick around after training, all that type of good stuff. He had loads of good stuff, but it was always about, in terms of actual performance, like I say, what he could do in the final third and his technique and the way he strikes a ball.
We've seen 5% of that.
And we haven't even seen anywhere near any. And what we talk about in better terms week in, week out is how much hard work he puts in and his leadership qualities and his endeavour and all. And the fact that's what we're sort of making the headlines right now and not just how boss he is at footy. But it's frightening.
And this is what's funny about football and football fans. Those last 3 qualities that you've just mentioned, Jordan Henderson had them in abundance.
Yeah.
He had those qualities in abundance as well. And a lot, not even a large portion of Liverpool fans, just online fans in general, were quick to say it's not enough. The thing that Szoboszlai's got in it, and I get it, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he's completely wrong in saying that. The thing that Szoboszlai's got on top of that is, obviously he's got the years and the energy in his legs, but he's also got the other things in his locker, the technical ability that I don't even think Jordan Henderson at his best really can go toe-to-toe for him. Maybe one season, that 13-14 season will always stand out as like, wow, Jordan Henderson was on smoke that season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Maybe. But for me, it's not even about seasons with Henderson. It's about he had moments within games even, whereby he would have that quality, but sort of week in, week out, he just didn't. Szoboszlai's levels are above Henderson's, and that's not a mad thing to say. It just is. You know what I mean? Henderson, in terms of a captain for Liverpool, was outstanding, by the way.
Great leadership, great endeavour, great desire.
In terms of football, we're talking different games.
Different games, completely different. You know, Henderson was playing checkers and Szoboszlai's playing chess, and he's a grandmaster. You know what I mean? Like, that's the levels we're operating with. And it's brilliant business from Liverpool, because I did not expect us to be able. We clamoured. We literally send the boys, the girls, everybody round to Bellingham's house to be like, come join Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Everybody had banked big money that he was going to come and he was the Messiah and he was the next prodigal son to come and don the Liverpool 8. And there's this other gem, and I love, like, obviously it's still very early days, we can get carried away, but if he goes on to have a glittering career for Liverpool, I love those type of stories where he wasn't everybody's guy, but he was Klopp's guy, and Klopp's made it work.
We've made a very, very impressive habit out of not getting our top target, and the second one turned out to be the world class. Yeah, so I have no issue with that. I've never even heard
It's like, all right, this is the best analogy I can give. Will Smith was offered the role of Neo in The Matrix before Keanu Reeves got it. If Will Smith does The Matrix isn't the same Matrix that we got. We got The Matrix because Keanu Reeves played Neo. That situation is what we're watching right now.
My reference isn't quite as cool as that, but David Jason wasn't the original guy for Del Boy in Only Fools and Horses. They tried to give it to somebody else who ended up playing a different character in Only Fools and Horses, one the policeman. That's nowhere near as cool as what I just said, but it remains true.
It remains true. And that's it.
Anyway, Dom Szoboszlai is just phenomenal.
We told you we'd wax lyrical about him. You got it.
Never even heard of Jude Bellingham. Don't know what you're talking about.